on planting dates, on cooler soils that we're going into. The soybeans may take a little while to get up and out of the ground. Should we be worried about our inoculant survivability if these soybeans don't pop up out of the ground?
No.
Why?
Quick answer, and why we don't have to. So when we talk about survivability and on-seed survival as a company, we're talking about the time from when we put the inoculant on the soybean seed until it's planted. And it's more of a survivability on it to be able to live, respire, not desiccate on the seed or dry out. Once it's in the soil, you've now got moisture and a food source all there, and it will continue to survive once it's in the soil. Cold doesn't matter. It doesn't bother it at all. It just slows down its activity. And rhizobia in general are not used until about 3 weeks after the plant emerges. So they've survived that long anyway. So it doesn't matter about the on-seed survival of the product once it's already in the soil. So once it's in the soil, it's only got 6 hours from when that root hair signals that it needs it. So it's got to be close by the roots. That's why we put it. That's when we talk about forms and everything else, why we want 2 locations and everything for the Manitoba soils. But as far as on-seed survival, as long as you're within the window, and our products now we're out to 60 days. So if you picked it up, April 1st, you've got till the end of May to plant it.
Okay, so now let's go to products then, because of course there's lots of discussion. Do you use 2 types? Do you do full rate of each? How do you sort of wade through all your options?
It's a bit of a battle. And I would agree. As a farmer, I would be confused, and I'm in the industry, and at times I'm confused. So there's a lot of talk out there about a double inoculation. Does it mean double rate? So I'm putting on twice as much. Does it mean double location? Double formulation? What does it really mean? I think really as a grower, if we start thinking in how we want to see this soybean seed inoculated, we want to have rhizobia available, and it's in this soil that's in this Manitoba soil that's either been flooded so that we've lost that native rhizobia, or in that ground that's never seen soybean, so it's never got enough rhizobia to become any kind of native there. And that's what makes this soil different than some of the other areas, say Ontario, for example. So we want product, if we think of the soybean root as this sort of like a crown root or a thick root in the middle, we want products so that when it goes on the seed, it pulls up through the soil, and we got rhizobia that will infect really close to that main root. Plus we've got roots that come out from that, radiate out from that root. So by putting an in furrow, that gives us a different location. The one thing we know is a granular product is a much better, is a very good source for inoculant, in that it sort of has the rhizobia in its own little house, so it protects it. So if it's really dry soil, it can survive in the granular because it's survived that long already. So you've got somewhere for it to survive. So year in, year out, the consistency of a granular inoculant is generally higher than maybe a liquid in furrow. Okay, so if you're looking at the true sort of best, if I was going to do it in the best way possible, it would be a liquid on seed, done by your bulk seed retailer, and then a granular product in furrow. Rates, you can start working with that. If it's soil that's never seen soybeans before, I'd be going full rate on seed, full rate granular, and then people that have been growing soybeans over time, they can start to work around that granular rate. Where I wouldn't play around with the rate is, and again, it's maybe a product commercial here, but nodulator NT, in there we've got 2 biologicals. So you want to keep both those rates at the right amount, so that on seed, and you do want the NT there because you can't get it anywhere else. So that product is the one that the Bacillus subtilis, where we're seeing roots, bigger roots, and we're seeing that higher yield and some disease suppression. So we need to put it on the seed first, and then whatever you use afterwards.
All right, so that at least clears that up mostly.
Right.
There's still some fine tuning going to happen after.
Correct.
Okay, thank you so much.